dolls, how are you doing today? Welcome to the Dollhouse. So today we are going to talk about what we blogged about, and we blogged about hair care, kind of. So we talked about down there. And by down there, I mean anywhere below your head. So we've already, I think, talked about our hair on our heads, and we figured out kind of what works and what doesn't work. So it's time to focus on the other hair and maintaining that hair. More importantly, removing that hair. Because I feel like the only place we're looking for thick, long, luxurious hair is on our head and on our lashes. Other than that, we can do with little of it or none of it. So there's so many options when it comes to removing hair, and I want to just kind of have a kiki with you dolls about what methods work best for what areas, and to take care of that hair, and more importantly, take care of the skin under the hair, because that can cause a problem if that skin is not healthy. So we don't want to be using any methods that do harm to our skin. So I feel like every day there is a new option for hair removal or hair hiding, because there's bleaching and dyeing and waxing and plucking and threading and shaving and sugaring and all of the things. And we're going to talk about all of the things and what things are good for what. So we need to start at the top, and I think that's starting at the brows. So I'm going to say this first so that we can get it out of the way. Do not shave your eyebrows. It's a disaster. It's not gonna work out, I promise you. It's gonna Feathers are not designed for precision in this small area. It doesn't give us the dexterity that we need to create the shape. So I can promise you, and YouTube and Google can too, if you try to shave your eyebrows, you'll probably end up losing most, if not all of them. The best thing to do, I feel like, is to thread them. Threading is really good because it is a slow and steady process with minimal pain. So you can really get that shape that you like, and you can move slowly and gradually into said shape. So threading is definitely the number one option when it comes to shaping your eyebrows and removing any excess hair from that area. I mean, not all of us can be Anthony Davis and rock that unibrow like he does. So definitely waxing and sugaring are really good options too when it comes to removing hair. They just require more commitment also, because once you wax it or once you sugar it off, it's gone, and you can't get it back. So you can only go smaller and smaller, and you can't see it as you're doing it. So it requires more of a commitment on your behalf, but it's definitely a solid option. Shaving is not. Plucking and tweezing is good for maintenance, but it's very painful. So unless that's your jam, then just pluck if it's in between appointments or in between your regular servicing for your eyebrows. So after the eyebrows, we kind of move down our face, and then we get to our lips. And then at your upper lip, you can have like a lady stash or some peach fuzz. And most people want to remove that. I don't have that. If I did, I wouldn't want to keep it. So there's two ways you can hide it. You can hide it by bleaching it or dyeing it. Just keep in mind that if you bleach it or lighten it, that the hair is still there. So you can still feel it. You just can't see it. So if you, it will not completely eliminate your problems. If you just don't want it visible to the eye, that's definitely an option. But if you don't want to feel it, if you don't want it to tickle you or anybody else, then you probably want to wax it or sugar it. It's just like literally peeling off the Band-Aid when it comes to upper lip hair. I don't feel like you should shave it, because theories say that shaving your upper lip is like doing a big chop for your hair. So you know when you cut your hair off and do a big chop, you get like this thick, healthy, beautiful, curly, strong hair on your head that's growing in, all fresh and new and chemical free. They say the same thing happens with your lips. So I don't think we're going for full-on stash. So don't shave your lips and don't shave your eyebrows. Shaving is so far a no-go. So, and then after we take care of our eyebrows and we take care of our lady stash, if it exists, then you get down to like kind of your chest and back area. If some ladies, they can have an issue with like having hair on their lower back. or some fine hair on your chest. That's another area that you don't want to shave. You don't want to be threading large areas because that can become painful and very tedious. You don't want to be coloring it because you don't want those kind of chemicals on those sensitive areas of your skin that's not normally exposed to those chemicals. So what you want to be doing for your chest and back area, if you struggle with any kind of hair, is 100% having it waxed or sugared. Waxing and sugaring will yield the same example. So same results. So you'll get the same result. The only difference is the wax adheres to your skin, which can cause more skin damage over time. And the sugar, so the chest and back area are not normally exposed to those kind of chemicals. So you don't want to be dyeing that hair or bleaching that hair regularly because I'm sure it'll cause sensitivity. That'll cause skin problems. So you won't have a hair problem. You'll have like discoloration and a whole new list of problems and probably some premature wrinkling. So do not bleach or dye that hair. 100% just wax it or sugar it. That's the best option when it comes to chest and back hair. And so as we move down our body, we get to like the legs and the arms, our appendages. And this is an area where shaving is good and shaving is a solid option. It's cost effective. It's not time consuming. And it'll remove the hair quickly. If you can't have it waxed or sugared, that is 100% a good option. But if you can, the shaving can just be a very cost-effective way to continue to take care of hair and your hair removal without having to pay for one more service. So shaving is an option for your arms and legs. But if you can wax it, then I would 100% suggest going for the wax. And then we have like our naughty bits or the pubic region. And no matter what type of hair removal you're going to end up with in the end, like what parts of that region that you're removing the hair from, you just want to make sure that you're using a good method. And this is a very sensitive area. So you don't want to be threading it because it's going to be painful and it's going to take a long time. You want to be waxing it or sugaring because it's quick, it's painless, it's really good for your skin to do it that way. You can color it, but I don't see that being a very effective way to deal with the hair. Down there is 100% an option. You just want to keep in mind that shaving does cause skin damage, can cause skin damage over time. So it's not the most skin friendly way to remove hair. And then you also want to be just taking into account your personal skin and how your skin reacts to razors and creams and different waxes and different types of threads and things like that. So you want to take into account your own personal skin, compare it with what options are the quickest, the most like skin friendly and permanent. So during this whole conversation, I did not mention laser hair removal because laser hair removal is the best way to remove any hair, but it is not cost effective. It's very expensive, but it's the most permanent. It is the most skin friendly. If you can have all of the hair removed from your body by laser, I 100% suggest doing it. It's the best way to remove hair. It is just very expensive, but it solves the problem, and it solves the problem long term. And remember, that's long term. So if you want the hair back, you might not be able to get it back if you have it lasered off. So they say pain is beauty and hair removal is hell. But I want to know, Dallas, how do you remove your hair? What processes do you use in each area? Or do you just let it grow wild and free and do its thing? Join the conversation below. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Or you can join the conversation on Instagram at Portia Porsche. That's PORSCHE PORSHIA. Thank you, Dallas, for stopping out. Have a great week. Have a happy holiday.